Previously on Boomtown, USA.
Gretta broke the fucking van again.
Rhyolite, population 42?
There's a repair place over there.
Sleep with a repairman.
I mean, I could get the repairs done sooner.
Even I have a little standards.
Chaz the Spaz 17 at the Bullfrog Boarding House and Hotel.
Boom. Hotel, whorehouse, hell yeah.
One night in the best room we've got.
Huh?
How are we paying for this?
Alright, Spaz Nation. Let's find some ghosts.
We now return to Boomtown, USA. Alright, so the camera opens. We're on the ground floor, right? Bags are just being shuffled into this elevator. A ridiculous amount of bags for this one person. You guys put the key into this old doorknob, like a single doorknob. You turn the key, you open it, and it's just red and pink and just overwhelming. Like, there's this magnificent bed. There's like a sort of therapist bed right off by this ground floor window. The windows all have like blackout curtains on. It's this luxurious, extravagant room, and there's this old like musk to the room, right? This kind of like cigar smoke, right? Just sex, like decades of sex, right? Like just
decades.
Just spunk dried, right? Like the carpet hasn't been changed. All right. Decades. A full decade of sex. All right. So there's even like handcuffs hanging off of like the headboard, right? Like this is a room of pleasure, not of leisure. But I can guarantee you this is one of the nicest beds you would have slept in
Ever.
if the base wasn't broken to hell and back from just decades of sex,
Wear and tear.
Yeah. He's still going too. All right, you guys open the door, and there's this like magnificent / overwhelming room. What are your first thoughts?
I call the bathroom. I've had to pee since before the van broke down.
Hell yeah!
To her bathroom break?
No.
Larry's weird. He sets up a spy camera.
Hell yeah!
So you immediately race into the bathroom. And it's so nice. It's got a bidet. Like, I mean, this is fancy, right? Like,
Dude, this place is nice. How do I use this weird toilet?
you push a button and water shoots straight up, and you're like, like,
ouch!
It's terrifying and exhilarating at the same time, right? The shower.
I stay in there for a little too long.
Yeah, the shower has a shelf, and you're pretty sure it's not for old people to sit on the shower, right? Like this whole like every nook and cranny was built for pleasure, right? Like this shower is big enough for multiple people, possibly even 3 or more, which is kind of like offsetting the second you realize like the bathtub is shaped like this giant heart, but it's a porcelain bathtub. It's not like a jacuzzi or anything. Like this is all like original, old as hell. Like the bathtub has like this encrusted hard water ring, but it's still like there's this like unique charm to this place, right? All right. Well,
Is it like one of those bathtubs that have like the feet on it? It's not even like installed in the ground?
Yeah. Exactly. So, what strikes you guys about this room as well?
I am pretty excited for the big bed.
Deal. And you?
Damn, I hate the color.
It's
Damn, I hate
overwhelming.
the color.
It's overwhelming. It's already like desensitizing other colors to where all you see is like this pink, this horrendous like people's skin tones are starting to shift, and you're just like,
God.
right? So you guys are kind of setting down your bags, right? I mean, you guys probably have at least one bag for your paraphernalia and stuff like that. So you kind of jump onto the bed, hit it, bounce, kind of sink in, and immediately that's just relaxing, right? we hear like a door kick, and you're like, ow, right? You're like, who knows what's going on in there? And we turn to you, and you're like already like pulling out this white bag, and like, I'll see you guys later, right?
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. The camera cuts up to Kyle, and Kyle is putting in his door key, and he just has the elevator, like bags in the elevator, and behind like the kind of out of focus in the camera. Mm-hmm. You open your room, and it's a very it's still a very nice room. It has like some yellow tones to it. Mm-hmm. It's got a kind of probably a queen size bed. It's got this massive window overlooking this kind of wooded area behind, or well, not really wooded, I would say, but there's a couple pine trees and stuff in the back. As you look out the window, there's like this magnificent kind of picnic area. There's like benches, and there's this massive fire pit, and it really looks like it kind of reminds you, just this little enclosure just kind of reminds you of like a camping spot, you know. And then your bathroom is very simple and modest. You have a dresser, and it has this magnificent mirror over it. Mm-hmm. So what would you guys like to do next? Like, dinner's coming up soon. Right, you guys are kind of getting settled in.
I would like to get some like establishing shots.
Okay.
For the video.
Okay.
Just some of the old antique furniture. And...
Yeah, absolutely. And you know that there's a whole section on the ground floor that's just a museum to pay tribute to the original erection of this building. The original purpose of the hotel was for the gold rush. Are you giggling? Of the erection of the building? Like, is it?
No, I'm not giggling.
Okay.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, it's like
You're the one who
I saw her giggling. I'm sorry. Okay, so you're getting establishing shots. Are you heading to the museum, or are you waiting for after dinner?
Yeah, I think I'll walk through the museum a little bit.
Deal. So you're walking through the museum, and immediately, so it says,
I want to get some of these shots with lighting.
yeah,
What time is it?
like it's just shy of dinner time, man.
you ever start
I have dinner at like 9:30 at night.
Then it's lunchtime for you.
So it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, exactly.
It's old people dinner time.
Fritz is watching Price is Right, and then it's bedtime.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's bedtime soon. All right, so
Check
what?
out. Check
Oh,
out
so
Stop at
right above, there's this like magnificent. There's this like magnificent marquee written in like classic Nevada style, and it says Gold Rush Museum, and it says a history of rhyolite and Nevada, right? And one of the almost right away what you see is like a lot of mining themed stuff, right? Mm-hmm. There's like pickaxes, there's buckets, there's like gold pan stuff. You also see like some pieces from the time, right? There's this magnificent 1910 Patterson touring car, and I kind of have a picture of it here for you at home. You can just Google 1910 Patterson touring.
You should know what it looks like anyway because they're pretty. I said you should know what it looks like anyway because they're pretty.
Yeah, I mean these are classic turn of the century cars, right? Like these 4-seaters, you know, they have covered roofs. They don't go very fast. They look really elegant. So you see that, you see kind of like some of the other like Nevada upstart stuff, you know, some plaques talking about, you know, Las Vegas being formed at this time,
Right.
this time. And so on one half you see like some of the gold rush stuff. On the other half you have kind of timepieces. You see like some ropes, and then you also see like clothing from the time and stuff like that. What are some other things that you kind of take note of in the museum?
If there's any like pictures of some of the people, because
Okay.
those old antique photos always make for kind of like a good shot for
Absolutely.
the kind of video he
Yeah,
makes.
absolutely. So there's plenty of as you're kind of looking around, you see like there's like this whole town photo of Rhyolite, and I mean it's like it was probably shot from the top of the Bullfrog, and it just has hundreds of people. And you know the photo even says like September 2009, and you can tell that there was hundreds of people that lived here. Or no, sorry, not 2009.
I was like, Jesus.
1909. Yeah, 1909. And so it's a very old photo, obviously. It's kind of mounted in there, and it's like, and it was like talking about like the golden year rhyolite or whatever. And you see some other you see some families. Almost every single picture has a miner as like the man of the household, right? There's like foremen, there's the facilitators, there's just the dirty and grungy miners, and like every single person has a family. And as you're looking along the walls and stuff like that, you see that like most of the miners actually had families that lived in the hotel. Like, you can also see a lot of pictures that even make Kyle blush of like some of the girls from the
ladies of the time.
The ladies of the night that are working the first floor. And it just, all the pictures you see of the Bullfrog Hotel just made every single photo look like a party.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as I'm getting those shots, I also want to get some of the like descriptions and like just take pictures of those for my own notes.
You still have your selfie stick, and it's like trying to hold it still long enough to read a plaque.
Picture,
like
yeah. But that's just for Kyle himself. Like in post, he can do like voiceovers talking about the history of
exactly. This is not his first ghost hunt.
Yeah,
exactly.
He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, Rhyolite, Nevada, haunted or rumors? Like he said, I'll figure it out later. I'll do it in post, right? Like,
just wait till he brings out his homemade EMF reader.
Exactly. For some reason, it also has a helmet attachment. Like, yeah. So you do see, you kind of see some other samplings. As the museum continues, there's a couple sections from like the 1920s, and it really talks about how Rhyolite had just a horrible time. It keeps mentioning some sort of accident, and it says like there was TNT falsely detonated or improperly detonated in the mine, and tons of people were lost, right?
Right.
And it continues through the 1920s, and in the 1930s the town is pretty much a ghost town. Like less than 100 people live here, and it continues into the the 40s. And then it talks about like war breaks out and a lot of people leave the town because industry and jobs are elsewhere. And after the 1940s / late 1940s, there's
really
no other updates.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't talk about anything else in the museum. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So unless you want to do anything else in the museum, we'll come back to these guys.
No, but he has an idea that he might need to refilm his intro.
Okay.
Tomorrow, probably.
It is getting
with
dark.
some of the like mining gear, since that's like the big theme. So he has that pickaxe he brought. He'll just try and like convince Fritz to let him wear one of the like hard hats.
So and from the forums, you could definitely get a feel that. Any sort of hauntings would be from the mining kind of accident or the time period and stuff like that. So we cut back to you guys. You guys are no longer in the room. What are you doing out in the hotel?
I am walking down the halls, staring at just kind of like the artwork and stuff that's hanging up. I've not so subtly lit a joint because they did not mention anything about no smoking.
Yeah.
So
no, this is definitely a smoking facility, and you're pretty sure if you were standing in front of Fritz smoking, he would not even know. Right. Yeah, like, okay. So
I feel like everything in Nevada is like smoking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So one thing you're noticing about the artwork here is that there is quite a few of like really old actual paintings with the most ridiculous frames, right? I mean, these are gold laden frames that have kind of faded with time, cured a magnificent amount of dust, right? There are also spots on the walls where paintings appear to have just been taken down, stolen. There's like where really old places have that kind of like painting holder burned into the wall, right? Like you could tell that a magnificent painting was here, but it's gone now, right? Yeah. So everything about this place says that it once had a time and it's time to shine, and now it's just like this husk, right? And it's like tragic and beautiful at the same time. It might even be worthy of a song, although songwriting, I hear from Larry, is not your forte so much.
That's why V helped me when we collaborated.
Exactly.
That's why you guys
not
aren't a
Larry's
successful
Yeah. Larry's song starts out with
$1,000 is the biggest gig we've gotten.
yeah.
Proud.
Yeah.
Larry's song about this hotel starts out with
Hotel whorehouse.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
yeah. It's called Hotel Whorehouse. Yeah.
Hotel House.
Yeah.
Hotel Nevada.
Yeah, hers is a little bit more whimsical. We'll meet in the middle with Veronica's version. Yeah. So, so you're kind of walking around, smoking a joint. What are you guys doing?
I have stolen some of his alcohol that he stole. I have started drinking that.
And where are you guys
I'm
drinking?
just openly drinking it.
Just like in the lounge area by
Yeah.
Rita, or there's some other places. There's like a small little library section.
I'm closest to where dinner is.
Okay.
But in a big comfy
Yeah.
couch.
So
So,
there's-
like a lounge area by dinner.
Perfect. Yeah. So there's this magnificent dining room, and you have Fritz and kind of Rita's hovering around, but Fritz and two other people are definitely like setting up dinner.
Okay.
And the two other people are pretty old, and you kind of hear them bicker back and forth like a married couple, right? So yeah, so you're kind of sitting there, and they're kind of setting out plates, and they're setting out a couple more plates than there are people actually like that you've seen around here, right? So what are you doing?
Sitting at the bar.
Okay, sit at the bar. Nobody's helping you.
No.
You just have like a full glass or something. Yeah. Okay. So Fritz, probably Fritz swings by once and makes you just this really, like, what kind of drinks do you normally get?
The cheap ones.
Just,
Beer.
Vodka regular.
yeah. So you ask for a vodka regular, and he pours you just this horrendous drink. Like he's mixing stuff, and you're like, whoa, Fritz!
Fucking vodka and ice, bro.
He's mixing stuff. He gives you this drink, and it's just horrendous, right?
Yeah.
You take one smell of it, and for some reason,
Smells like
it takes you
wet
back to a
food.
party where you threw up that one liquor that you can never drink again. I'm gonna have you make your first pull from the tower because of this drink.
Oh, good. All right.
By the way, for you at home, fun fact. Kash has never played Jenga properly, so he's played this game before, but for him and his hillbilly family or something, they just pulled from the tower and just kept it off to the side, and first person to knock over the tower has to have sex with a sheep or something,
Fuck
right?
you guys. I'm pulling from the bottom.
Yeah, so he never put the brick back on top? Like, so I guess wish him luck. Alright, go ahead and pull from the tower. So you're sitting at the bar and you're
Nope.
yeah, just there's an easier way to test these bad boys, right?
Not push a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, you could definitely.
I feel like I should go from this side.
I was gonna say you definitely. Yeah, the tower is angled for everyone to kind of have. Perfect. So he mixes you this drink. And you bring it up to your nose, and you just take a whiff, and you immediately feel woozy. How much? At this point, have you only done just like your warming up cocaine bump? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
your Vans fucked
Yeah,
strip of cocaine,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer than normal because the Vans.
It's a $5 foot long. Yeah.
Exactly. Okay,
Just cut
so
with some not drug, because if it's $5.
So after a while, dinner is set up, and they kind of ring this bell. Fritz is just ringing this bell, and you see, you have Rita, you have Fritz, you have this older married couple, and probably right before the bell rings, you have an officer who's dressed in like a uniform walk in, like a sheriff, right? He walks in and he just kind of looks at he especially he's like looking at everybody. He looks at you immediately and you're like
Yeah. They just casually like rub it against the wall.
So go ahead and make a pull
Put
from
it
the
up.
tower like you're smoking pot in the main lobby of this hotel.
Maybe it smells like weed in here.
Yeah.
While he's
And
looking
the
at her, I
sheriff
take my
walks in.
open alcohol bottle and just stuff it in the cushions of the couch.
Okay.
It's open too. I don't
Yeah.
even. It's leaking everywhere. I don't care.
It's Nevada.
It's not.
So go ahead and test some blocks first, but you're sitting there.
You should
we-
test it this way.
Yeah. Are we pulling from the middle or the
You,
side?
Wherever you
whatever
want.
feels. You can slightly tap them and get a feel for what's loose and what's pretty stubborn. Exactly. So, as you're sitting there looking at some of these paintings, some of this artwork is very inspired. It's, you can definitely like move towards Sterling too. Like whatever you guys need to do to make this happen.
Oh, jeez.
She's going down.
I'm not.
She's going
I hope
down.
not. Like the sheriff walks in, she's smoking pot. He's like, "You're under arrest." Out of the story. Right? Yeah. He just shoots her. Boom, boom, boom. Not on my watch. It's like, oh my god, the sheriff here is horrendous.
I'm gonna stop drinking right now.
Yeah, for sure. So
I'm gonna stop drinking right now.
I got a cold, officer. It's bad. Okay. So you guys are kind of, you immediately like you put out the like the joint like on your leg or like
into the wall.
Yeah, into the wall, and you're just like you're really stressing out, right? And you bury your drink, and you just kind of cork it, and you stand up, and you're like, oh, it's dinner time, huh? So you walk over. Yeah. So you guys all settle in, and almost immediately the sheriff introduces himself as Sheriff Oscar. And you also maybe heard in passing that Fritz's last name was Oscar as well. And all of a sudden, Larry gets reception. Yeah.
How'd you manage that?
Yeah. You put it by the metal plate, right? Yeah. So,
Hello? Hello?
yeah, gonna have to talk loud. Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah. So, you guys settle in for dinner, and it's a little awkward at first, right? But then this little old lady kind of looks over, and she's like, "So, tell me about you guys. My name is Susie Duncan.
Would you look at me?
I am the owner of this place with my husband here. Say hello, Edward." He goes, "Hello." Back to his suit. So,
How long have you guys been married for?
45 years.
That's
You're
amazing.
so
Congratulations.
You're so old. What?
Nothing.
That's so bold. Good for you.
Oh my god.
Congratulations.
You're
Yeah.
so old.
Crazy kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's wine here. I'm drinking it.
Yeah. So Susie is definitely like staring at you guys to kind of like hear your story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're just passing through. We're not really gonna stay anytime.
We're a band. Our name's Legacy of Ash. Have you heard of us?
What kind of music do you play?
It's all good. It's all good.
Great music. Great music.
You wouldn't like it though.
Do you have
It's a
any?
little
Do you have any
loud.
records?
Do you want a CD? It's $10.
We don't have CD players. If you have a record,
We don't have a record.
Do you want a vinyl?
We don't have that.
They don't do that
you guys
anymore.
are the hipster
What
punk
do you
band.
mean? Vinyls are totally coming back in. Like, every band who's anyone, no offense, makes vinyls.
It was too
Nobody
expensive
asked
for us to
you.
make the vinyls.
I mean,
Who are you?
my name's Kyle.
Don't acknowledge him. He
but-
just.
Everyone always calls me Chaz the Spaz 17.
Were the
I doubt
first
that.
16 already taken?
No, I
No, he was 17 at the time when he made it.
just wanted a name, so I picked Chaz the Spaz 17. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
And Rita goes, "Yes, there's nothing wrong with that."
Yeah. Let me get the fuck out of here.
Chaz has a flashback to, like, on the playground as a kid. And, like, a bunch of kids were calling him Chaz the Spaz.
But your name
And so...
PTSD.
That's the Spaz.
Yeah. And he was, like, doing, like, the truffle shuffle or something. Because he was a chubby little kid. And, so when he made a online persona, Chaz the Spaz stuck. He took his afflictions and turned them into
And
his
your other
thing.
fat friend said, "Don't worry, when you're 17, they'll stop pestering us because we'll be old enough to
Exactly.
drive."
When I created that first Neopets account, it was Chaz the Spaz 17, and it stuck.
Yeah. And then it also cuts ahead to you guys in a basement just stuffing your face with Cheetos. It's like, hey, Chad. He's like, hey, Kyle. And Kyle's like, call me Chaz.
Call me Chaz.
Yeah. And they're playing Nintendo 64. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Pokemon Stadium.
Yes.
Okay. So we come back out of his flashback. That's more of the old-timey Batman.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's like Chaz the Spaz, Chaz the Spaz, and like, it kind of fades.
Yeah. And it comes back and he goes, Chaz the Spaz.
Yes, Chaz the Spaz, right? Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It was one of those flashbacks where all of you guys saw it too.
Wow, what a fucked up childhood you had.
And you go, okay, maybe I'll wait. And the sheriff looks over and he goes, he's an older gentleman, right? But he goes, so, you're not one of those bands that causes trouble, are you?
No, never.
He's turning his head at each one of you, right?
No.
But he's just looking at Larry every single time he looks at everybody else. And he's looking at your rings in your fingers, and he's like, well, let me just remind you that as the sheriff of Rhyolite, we don't take kindly to, of course we allow outsiders, but we don't really want any them big city slickers getting any ideas. We're a peaceful town, a quiet town, and with any luck, I'm going to keep it that way.
Don't think you'll have.
I turn to V and I'm like,
There's
if we get in
42
trouble,
people.
you know what to do.
I've already done that like 3 times. For us, we really have to do it again.
If we get in trouble,
Let's just say, how about you don't get into trouble?
Shaw. So, Sheriff Oscar, was it?
Officer Oscar.
Yeah,
What do you do for a living?
I'm the sheriff of these here parts, boy.
Oh, right, yeah. I just called you Sheriff.
This kid
So, like-
dropped on his fucking head when he was a kid.
So, like, what do you
Now I know
do
why
for
he's called
fun?
Chaz the Spaz.
Well, my older brother here, Fritz, he runs this establishment, so I come by, visit for dinner.
Fritzy's your brother? He's so nice.
He's very nice.
How come you don't sound German, but he does?
Raised by different parents.
Stepdad.
Old Fritz.
He's a very much older brother.
Young lady, he's a brother in arms.
Okay.
But you have the same last name?
Last question. What's your story there, Baldy? No story, officer.
No story. I wasn't there.
You automatically in your phone's in your pocket. And you swipe your screen and hit call 8 call, which in your pocket, the camera's in your pocket. It says dialing lawyer.
Speed down.
Yeah.
We have the same lawyer.
Hey Siri, closest lawyer.
I'm gonna say at
Closest,
this
cheapest
moment,
lawyer.
What was it?
at this moment, Chaz notices the rings in Larry's finger. Oh, wait. Are you?
Yeah. So
Oh, never mind.
no, and you would only know him as Corndog Larry.
Exactly. So,
Sorry, Corndog Larry 24, or any previous iteration.
wait. So, like, are you Corndog Larry? Like,
Cash,
How the
make
fuck
a
do you know
pull from the
Corndog
tower. Make a pull from the tower.
Do we actually know about that part of Larry's life?
Or do we just not care? I think we wouldn't care. Like, as long as he doesn't end
I'm sure
up
when he's
dead
been
in a
fucked up,
ditch
he's probably
somewhere.
tried to show you some of his
Okay.
videos. So,
Flashback to him being super drunk in the van one night. No,
Yeah,
Larry, none
yeah.
of us want to see that.
and really, he's just trying to show you a picture of him slowly masturbating while eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
No, like eating a corn dog.
See,
No,
there was the
corn dog
habit.
has nothing to do with it. Yeah. So he says, "Wait, are you Corn Dog Larry?"
No, man. No. Yes, I am.
I was like, I'd recognize you from anywhere, man. Corndog Gobbler 7 is what made me upgrade my antivirus software.
Don't go around telling people that.
Yeah.
People don't,
Corn
people
dog
don't need to know
gobbler
that part of your life. People don't need to know that part of your
You
life.
made corn dog goblin wonders. I'm not entirely sure what to say. Alright. Corn dog gobbler 7 made him upgrade his antivirus software. He'd know you anywhere. Sorry. Continue role-playing your character, sir. Can we cut back to you two?
I can't.
Clearly, this kid watches a fair amount of adult videos.
This guy beats his dick so much. This is straight up addiction mode. We're all addicted to fucking something. He's addicted to beating his dick.
Corn dog videos. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And at this point, Edward says, "Corn dogs?"
Don't go there.
Back to his soup.
So what is this? This is really good. Whoever made it.
Oh, this is bone marrow stew.
Oh.
Yeah.
Veronica just barfs in her mouth and then swallows it.
I probably would have laughed just like that.
And then pushes it away.
Yeah, and then so Susie goes, "Oh, would you like some more?"
Nah, I'm hungry, sure.
She gets up and takes your bowl and goes over and she scoops up this big thing and there's just like this like hip knuckle that gets scooped up. She goes, she looks at you and you're like,
Whatever.
Are we eating people?
she brings it back to you. "Oh no, dear, these are from the cows."
I didn't see any cows.
Well, that's the
They
idea.
used to be there.
It hasn't been a good season for Rhyolite.
Is there ever a good season for Rhyolite?
And at this point, Fritz goes, "Yeah, the drinking season."
I'm game with that.
And yeah, so he opened this bottle of whiskey and he kind of tops off anybody who's close and sets the bottle back in the middle. You wash down the bone soup. Right, so Susie turns to everybody. She goes, "So what do you think of the Bullfrog Hotel?"
It's nice. I
You have
really
this
like it.
really weird toilet in your bathroom. I don't know how it works.
Is something wrong with the toilet? Fritz, dear, would you please check on the toilet?
No, you have two of them. One of them's just weird.
So Fritz stands up and he wanders off and he just does a lap around the rooms and then slowly just comes back and he goes, "Looks good."
Looks fine to me.
Fritz's voice is not even close to what it was earlier. I'll fix it in post, right? Like that's what they say. I'll just overdub my voice to an old German man, yeah.
German man, yeah.
Yeah. And so he goes, "Toilet looks fine." That's not. Oh, that's worse. This is getting as bad as my Wookiee is. All right. So, Susie was asking about the hotel and what you guys think.
I definitely love the bed.
Yes, well, and then Sheriff Oscar's like, "Well, if the bed could tell stories, you'd probably not like it so much."
You'd be surprised.
Decades. Fucking
Takes a big
decades.
drink. All right, so what else happens at dinner?
I would definitely take a few shots of everyone eating together for the Twitter followers. Even though we have no internet access, I can post them later.
Yeah, scheduling these tweets for later.
Yeah.
Veronica would notice him taking pictures and make sure she's always only facing him from one side.
But also leaning in.
But
at
yeah,
that
but
one
also
side.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I'd probably eat my food fairly quickly and try to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
I've probably drank an
And there's
entire
definitely
bottle of
a
wine.
5-course meal prepared.
No.
Yeah. So you finish your salad and you get the
Cool.
main course and then you're getting ready to get up, and then Fritz shows back up with another plate, and every single plate is better than the one before. And finally it's dessert, and you're like, "Is there second dessert? I gotta get the hell out of here."
Two desserts or is there just one?
So it's definitely a double chocolate. It's like a German chocolate cake.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where did they get the coconut out here?
They just
Once a week.
they just prepare
like, a
stuff for
cart
it
just
like a
comes through
month ahead.
town.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys can definitely tell that this is a community center for this town as well. You know. So they kind of carry on with mindless conversation. So what else happens during dinner that kind of catches your eye? Actually, so you're doing your selfie stuff, right?
Yeah.
What else is everybody kind of doing for the rest of dinner?
If I start just hitting on Kyle for fun, will you make him pull the Jenga to see how he like handles that?
I don't think Larry would care though.
No, Kyle.
No, Kyle.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome.
But
Absolutely.
we have to do it in scene, unfortunately.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
That's okay.
All right. So So what do you guys? You guys have anything else?
I'm on my I'm drinking the wine super fast. I'm on like my second bottle.
Oh,
Fitz
wow.
just keeps refilling.
Yeah. You're not in control of like ghosting us at all. So yeah.
Like, what are you gonna places the bottle down and like sits down and then he like notices and
Yeah.
stands back
And
up
gets
and
back
gets
up.
the
Yeah,
bottle.
you're just like
Yeah.
and like chugging wine is really hard,
And then
but
he
you're
event-
still doing it somewhere.
But like
on
I've
the
done
far
it
side
enough
of the table from
that
him, too.
it's fine. And Fitz finally just leaves the bottle there.
Yeah, he's like every time he gets up, you almost hear like his hip pop, and he like stands up and he's like moving slow,
Yeah.
and then finally he just leaves this bottle in front of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And I
What do
just start drinking out of that.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm seriously probably just trying to eat my food as fast as I can.
Okay, Larry's just
Feeding
wolfing up.
people.
Hey Fritz, next.
Next one, I don't know. Do I get?
Yeah, so
do I
this-
stand up and leave?
This poor old man between the two of you is just running back and forth to the kitchen, right? All right, so
also
we come back to Kyle and he's
Just
he's getting selfie scans of the whole table and he's like, "This is the sheriff. He's kind of a dick." Right?
And I notice that he hasn't touched his cake yet, and I'm still hungry. So I kind of just lean
For
over.
a 5-course meal. Jesus Christ.
She can put it away. Okay, she can put it away.
I have the appetite of a 5-year-old,
Yeah.
so the only thing I've eaten is the cake.
Have you ever met a bassist? All they do is eat and sleep and smoke pot.
I'm a cokehead.
Duh.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
Come on.
pounding that shit.
Come on.
And you're gonna feel every calorie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, continue.
So I lean over. I'm like, "So, what you doing?"
Just, I mean, like, what do you mean?
I
How do you get it on in real life? Like, I feel like you can't even roleplay this right now.
right. I lean over, kind of like very subtly touch him, looking at the cake, reaching towards that. Like, so this is pretty interesting stuff, huh?
I mean, like, yeah, this hotel's like awesome, and I feel like that's not what you were asking me about, but yeah.
I reach over, I put my finger in the frosting, and I just kind of like lick it off.
Make a pull from the tower. Frosting in the mouth on the finger is a pull from the tower. So. I almost venture to say 2 at this point, but I'm just going to make it 1, okay? Also, audience
I'm
note,
so bad at this
Sterling
game.
here is just horrible at Jenga. He is just the worst.
Which is why Martin keeps inviting me for some
Yeah,
reason.
Sterling, he's a great role player, but by God, is he terrible at game mechanics. This is the guy that
If
rolls
you make it
despair
fall
after
over when
despair
you're
in
just getting
Star
flirted
Wars.
with, you're gonna die like from a heart attack or something?
Yeah, he just creams his pants and gets on his moped and leaves all of his stuff behind. Yeah.
Did it!
All right. So
Did it.
how does Kyle respond to a woman reaching over, dipping her finger in the frosting, and essentially putting it in her mouth?
You do that just to eat his cake? Or...
Yeah.
God damn, you are so cold.
Yeah. So, he'll kind of change the subject a little.
Easy cash.
So I'm making this video, and you guys are like a band, right? I mean, would you guys like to be in it? And I could like link to your guys' website or something. And I'm actually like pretty much asking you.
He's just putting away. What?
Sure, kid. I've just given up on that and still on the cake, realizing that he's too focused on Larry to even notice.
Greta, do we have a website?
We have a website.
We have a website?
Who the fuck manages our website?
Is it fan based? Do we have fans? Do we have a website? Do we? Do we have a website?
We'll be
Hell yeah, we have fans.
What is our website called? Like, we change our band name every week, which inspires someone to call out a new band name.
Godzilla Ass Moon.
No.
Wasn't even set up. Yeah. How are we going to change the website? Like, how are we going to find our website if our new band name is Godzilla Ass Moon?
Kyle's just gonna be like, I don't think that's a very good band name.
You don't get a say in this.
I mean, sorry, but you could go with something like The Wandering 3 or Kyle Minato 3 or...
Why would we name our band after you?
You remembered my name. Yes. Finally, someone remembered me. Remember,
Cell phone in hand.
remember, it's Chaz the Spaz 17.
Yeah, because
Cell phone in hand. This is a video moment,
It
right?
is.
Yeah.
To be like,
Ladies
this
and
girl, like,
gentlemen.
what's your video about?
I'm a ghost hunter.
And then Fritz comes out of the kitchen. He goes, "There's no ghosts."
Oh, there's definitely ghosts here. One of the biggest clues to there being ghosts in a place is hard denial from the butler. It's classic. Have you ever watched Scooby-Doo? Whenever the butler denies, he's the
Listen
ghost.
here, boy. There ain't no ghosts in this hotel. If you came here to find ghosts, then you're in the wrong
you
spot.
Fritz or officer?
This is office.
This is
Yeah.
officer. Yes, sir, officer.
There's totally fucking
There's no ghosts. No ghosts.
I mean, maybe you would like to do an interview with me
And
or
Edward's like
something?
eating his bone soup. Still like 30 minutes later, it's colder than shit. And he goes, "Yeah, this place is haunted." Oh, Edward, stop!
That's
You're
the guy I need to
embarrassing
get an
us.
interview with.
You're embarrassing us in front of our guests.
You make a note of that. Just like, interview him later.
Yeah. So we're gonna wrap up dinner.
Okay.
And we can keep this conversation we can jump cut it later. So we jump cut to Edward and Susie, basically like, "Good night, Fritz," and the sheriff is like, "Y'all stay out of trouble tonight, okay?" And then so the three of them leave, and they kind of leave for the night.
Oh, wait,
and it's
now.
really just Fritz, Rita, and the three of you, as far as you can tell, in the hotel for the night.
Was this like the entire population of the town in the same hotel?
I mean, you guys are really supporting the economy right now with your $45 American. Yeah. All right. And so Kyle is immediately upset because he was wanting to snag that interview with Edward,
totally
but
wanted to
Edward
get an
bailed.
interview with Edward.
Edward took off. So
It's just bedtime.
But Fritz promised me an interview, so I'm still looking forward to that.
okay. So Fritz finishes. He's like cleaning up the dining table. What are you guys gonna do?
So I start heading towards the room, but I'm kind of curious to see what else is there.
Okay.
And I walk towards another room, like 104.
Yeah. So as you're kind of walking out of the dining room, you're passing past the lounge. There's this end table, completely just kind of inconspicuous. But as you're coming around the corner, you hit your knee on this open drawer. Okay, I'm going to have you make a pull from the tower as you kind of hit your knee, and it kind of buckles backwards and really
You
irritates
fucking
you.
hit your knee and die. This is gonna be fucking great.
Shit.
And you know,
shaking hands.
usually, you know, second desserts, there was so much food that you're kind of almost like lethargic at this point.
You're
like- You're
Need a
lethargic
sec.
at this point, and so you're coming around the corner, you're coming around too hot,
coming in hot.
and you end up hitting your knee on this end table. And, you know, are you usually the one that kind of swears, or, you know?
No, I'm pretty chill, so
Okay.
I'm just like,
Have you drank anything yet?
no.
Okay, so this damn end table, you catch your knee on it. You know, do you shut the drawer? Do you just blow past the end table, or what do you do?
I'm just like, how could you? Like, I start talking to it.
And oddly enough, you in your moment of sadness, you see like a face on the table. You know, like how it has like two knobs, like a flat brim. He's just like, you know,
Right.
sorry, you know. So like this drawer's stuck out. There's nothing in it. Like.
So I just kind of like push it shut with my foot, and I start hobbling off because I stubbed my toe.
All right. So you kind of walk by, and like you almost kind of hear Rita snickering at you, like.
Like she did it on purpose.
All right. So you're gonna check out the rest of the hotel, or just kind of wander around. So the rooms are still locked, so you'd have to walk over and kind of grab one of the keys and stuff like that.
Right now, I'm kind of wandering the hall, seeing who's looking and whatnot. I walk towards the desk and just kind of jump over it a little bit, grab a key, not sure which one, slip it into my pocket, and walk off.
Okay. All right. What are you guys doing?
I went in the kitchen to get another bottle of wine and see if there's any cake left.
Okay. I would probably say that there is a... most of the wines... Yeah, so they're in the kitchen. You walk in, and there's just this magnificent kitchen. It looks like it probably could cook for like 100 people. You know, you're not entirely sure where this wine is coming from. There's only empty bottles on the tables. You know that there's a whole full service bar and stuff like that, but you really can't figure out where this wine is coming from. And as you kind of walk in, Fritz goes, "No customers back."
No customers.
What?
I just...
It's like, I'm trying to figure out my German. He just says, "Fraulein, no customers back here." Damn it, now I'm going young.
Fraulein.
That's what German call women.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. If you're...
You're German, we feel sorry.
We're bad at this.
I tried learning a German accent earlier today for this, so it's bad, right? Right, so this old man tells you no customers allowed in the kitchen.
Can I take that cake?
There's like this giant fucking cake too.
It's like a big sheet cake.
Yeah,
It's only half.
Can I take that cake? And he's like, you want a slice?
Yeah, can I take a cake? I'm just gonna cut the cake in half.
Confused.
I'm just
oh
gonna
my
take
god,
half
this
of
is
the
like
cake.
a dinner plate of cake.
I was gonna take half of it. Do you have a bottle of wine back here?
We cut 10 minutes ahead, and there's just chocolate muzzle and just sadness. Right? Just like wine and
I've
chocolate
got the wine.
and
She somehow found wine.
and crying. Yeah.
It's probably not even. It's probably like cooking wine. It's probably not even like.
No, it's bad. Yeah.
It's bad.
Right. So, what are you up to?
I'm walking straight over the bar.
Okay.
I'm either gonna steal a bottle or fill a glass, and I'm gonna go search the third floor.
All right. So you're getting drunk. You're getting drunk and sad and full of dessert. You're wandering around. Eventually, you kind of take a peek. You grabbed a first floor key. Yeah.
I look at the room key and it says 212.
Okay. So to get up to that, you look up and you can almost see it off to the side. It's up this magnificent staircase, like I said before. What is Chaz doing?
Chaz is still trying to get an interview with Fritz, so he's like waiting at the front desk,
yeah.
like very patiently, kind of just tapping. But he knows from the forums that room number like 215 is where a lot of the I guess
Shit, yeah,
Activity.
the activity is.
Okay. Yeah.
So he does check and see the key sitting there, and he's trying to decide whether or not to just take
to get
it.
the interview or get the scoop? Mm-hmm. Okay.
At this point, I would say Veronica is locked up. She doesn't like to be alone, so I'd say she's found someone to walk up to in her sad wine.
Yeah. So you probably sat at the table and you see kind of Chaz kind of hanging out by the front desk, and he's looking awfully kind of like he's kind of peeking around. He's kind of always you've been watching for a while, and he definitely knows where Fritz is at all times, and he keeps looking at this key and looking back towards Fritz, and you can tell that like he wants to be naughty, but he won't.
He wants to be naughty, but he's not hardcore.
And I think that's your department is like used to want to be naughty, but now you're just it's way too late, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you walk up to Kyle.
Yeah. So What do you?
And you just have a bottle in hand
Yeah.
of cake.
I've got
Cake still on your face.
Yeah, I already ate all the cake,
Yeah.
and I didn't even take a plate with it. I just kind of like just scooped a handful.
Oh my god. Bitches love cake. Confirmed.
We do. We do.
Confirmed.
Canon.
If you're a bitch that loves cake, let us know in the comments.
Me and Jenny are gonna comment.
Like, subscribe, and comment.
Yeah. All right, so
So
have this chocolate pot and a wine bottle. Okay.
yeah, that's
Carry
how
on.
I'm walking around.
Carry on.
What are you looking at?
Flirt with him, so he has to.
Well, I kind of want to get an interview with Fritz so I can get into this room, but he doesn't seem like he wants to come back and talk to me at all.
What room are you trying to get into?
215 is the main one I want to get into.
Can I just walk around and grab the key?
Yeah, absolutely. So you walk around and grab the key, and the second
chocolate all over
the
it
second
now.
you grab this room key, and it's like it has like the diamond tag and it says 215 on it. You know, it has the key. The second you grab the key, you hear this bop, 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 and you turn and you look, and you see this like really old like ball that kids would play with, and it's just like rolling from one hallway into like the main area.
Where did that come from?
And you both look at it, and you just kind of see this ball. And, like, as you look in the direction that it came from, it's just, like, darkness. It's, like, definitely from, like, the museum area. But, like, the lights are... the lights are off.
Chaz instantly pulls out his phone
Okay.
and his EMF reader. And so
Did you bring your EMF reader to dinner, though?
It's probably with
Make
him
a pull
at
from
all
the tower, and you brought the
If I
EMF reader
make a
to
pull.
dinner.
The tower, Jesus Christ.
If you die from
this one's like already
Oh
out.
my god.
Bop, 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 bop. The ball rolls down
Somebody's
the hall.
dying.
It's a bright red
Somebody's
ball.
dying.
Steady. Look at that.
God. Oh my god.
Yeah. All right. So you pull out your cell phone.
it back
and
on is harder than
describe your
pulling it.
EMF reader, please.
So it's a homemade EMF reader because he didn't have enough money for an officially licensed one.
Does anybody
What's
really
a
though?
licensed one?
There's licensed ones.
Any ghost hunting show you've ever watched?
You've watched it on
Yeah.
No.
Netflix, right?
Nobody
licensed?
does.
Yeah, they're
That's
like
a licensed EMF
when
reader.
you go to Amazon and it says like #1 seller in ghost detectors. That's what he's talking
Yeah.
about, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So they're not like
His
licensed.
is more the walk around Lowe's and steal shit until you build whatever you want to buy, right? Don't steal shit from Lowe's. But if you do, let us know in the comments below. All right,
Like, comment,
Continue.
and subscribe.
continue.
So yeah, it's got like a lot of kind of like loose hanging wires
Yeah.
because he didn't know what he was doing, but he followed some instructions online. And it's got like a couple of like prongs coming out, and it's got like a meter on it, and
Yeah.
the battery
swear
pack
to
is just
God.
like taped on with like duct tape.
Swear to God, you just described something from Ghostbusters.
At one point, it did have a battery.
Listen, how do you think you got the instruction manual, right? Like this is clearly a Ghostbuster fan site, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I like pull my camera, just like I still just have my phone out. I don't have any of the, like the expensive stuff. But I'm like, Spaz Nation, we just missed it. This ball rolled down from the stairs.
What is
there's no-
Spaz Nation?
Oh, by the way, Nation, this is Veronica. She is in a band,
Legacy of Ash.
Legacy of Ash.
Currently.
And then somewhere
Currently.
from elsewhere in the hotel, somebody yells a new band name. Do it. You know which one.
How about Scissor Sisters? And the cocaine mill.
So from somewhere else in the hotel, she goes, "We're Legacy of Ash," and she does like this. She strikes a heroic pose, and Larry from somewhere, like a booming voice from somewhere else in the hotel, goes, "No, we're no longer Legacy of Ash. It's Scissor Sisters and the Cocaine Mule."
Yeah, anyways, here's a link in the description.
I don't have a website.
You don't have a web... I don't have time for this right now. I gotta...
Will you help us make
And
a
the ball
website?
kind of rolls to a stop
I'm like-
right in the middle of the room.
I make that noise, and then I
Veronica
like...
walks over and kicks it back. See if it'll...
Towards the museum area.
Yeah, to see if
Okay,
it'll come
just
back.
into darkness.
Yeah.
And I was like... We both just sit there.
Make
in
a pull
silence.
from the tower as you're like part excited, part angry that she kicked the ball away before you get to properly scan it.
You're playing a lethal game here, son.
So the ball rolls to a stop. She comes around the corner
Have that back.
and she kicks the ball. You have like your EMF detector in hand. You're like so ready to scan the shit out of this ball for the next 45 minutes, right? Trying to see if any activity generates. And like
And
trying
while
to
I
feel the
picked
cold
it, I'm
feels.
handing him
Boom.
the key.
Kicked
It's
it.
all covered in
Yeah.
chocolate.
She hands you the key, and what do you say when she kicks the ball?
I just sit there anxiously hoping it's gonna like shoot back. Just like for an extendedly overly long period of time, probably. It's uncomfortable probably for Veronica.
Are you okay?
Yeah. So as you're like staring into the darkness, like the camera's slowly zooming in, and all of a sudden there's a jump scare, a door slams. Boom! Right? And Larry walks out of the room and he goes, "Hey, this shitter has a bidet."
Is that what that thing that was squirting my butt was?
Yeah.
It has a turbo button too.
She's like, oh, I
For
know,
some-
it
yeah,
has a turbo
yeah,
button.
For some reason it was left on when I got there. Right?
It was on Super Soaker mode. I don't get it.
I don't think 1900s bidets have super soaker mode. All right.
That you know of.
No, they should though. They should
Do
all have
recent the days have Super Soaker mode?
The Japanese models do.
They do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go to like a fancy Thai restaurant. Yeah.
Oh,
Super
geez.
Soaker mode.
Yeah. All right. Continuing on. All right. I don't even know,
I'm
man.
lost.
Oh, the camera's zooming in. Jump scare. Boom. They got a bidet in the shitter.
So it was Larry that made the slam, right?
No,
It was-
behind you guys. Yeah, he slammed the
Ow.
door as he came out of your guys' room.
So he's the one who slammed the door,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
So then you guys kind of jump up, for a hot second, and then you look back, and the tension is gone.
Right. Guys, I think we're dealing with a legitimate ghost. Like,
Are you talking to your audience or just her? Because you're saying,
Both.
guys.
You're just like,
Yeah.
selfie stick out.
I've got the selfie stick like behind me
Yeah.
because I have to be on camera sometimes.
Yeah. Well, and you're like perfectly framed with the darkness behind you.
Yeah. I'm like, guys, I think we might be dealing with a legitimate ghost.
Ghost of what?
Who knows? A minor, probably.
Miners.
Not like
Larry walks up and he's like, "You guys talking about minors?"
We're talking about ghosts.
Ghosts?
But he's clearly talking about a different type of minor. Yeah.
he's talking about a different
Yeah,
type
he's like,
of minor.
he's like, I was with a minor once. She didn't
like-
tell me she was a minor, okay? Like, and no, you don't get it,
get it.
right? You don't get it. You're like, did she bring her hard hat? Like, how'd you know?
Yeah, I was like, how did you find out she was a minor? Did she bring her hard hat or pickaxe or...
She brought all the right tools.
Make a pull from the tower, you dirty old bastard. That's not even, I don't even know what's going on. You're just making a pull from the tower. Yeah. Just test them first, right? You can, there's plenty of loose ones. You just gotta find them. Not talking about
Pickaxe.
minors. Yeah.
You're lucky that wasn't Pitbull.
So as he's,
Like at C grade
yeah.
movie right now.
this is
Terrible.
This is where Tara Reid shows up. I'm not sorry for that one. No. Sharknado,
and you're watching our
Sharknado is
video,
terrible.
subscribe.
You're Tara Reid and you're currently visiting my
If you're a pixie and Tara Reid who loves cake, let us know. Comments below. All right, bitches love cake. All right,
Oh my gosh.
New slogan.
next time on Cake Hands. All right. I'm pretty sure there's not even a Dread story here. It's just Jenga with a bunch of shitty comedians.
We're having fun right now. It's fine.
Yeah. If this gets 10 views, I'll be surprised. Let's be honest. Yeah. Because there's 5 here, so if 5 of you poor suckers
I'm not
watch
telling
this shit,
anyone to watch this one.
When 5 of you poor fuckers watch this video, let us know how bad. And if you're a German vampire who served in the military and has a brother in arms of the last names who's currently shitting. Come on, we'll send you our Jenga tower as a consolation prize. All right. Okay. Right. So
We're now
walks
officially
up.
on page 2.
Yeah. Yeah, page 1 is just the fucking car and people's names. Yeah, and page 2 starts with W's become V's, German accent 101. Yeah, all right. So, moving along.
Can we cut back to me?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm headed towards room 212,
Okay.
and I had heard Larry's comment, so I'm like, what the hell is a scissor sister? You know? I'm like, whatever he's on,
Yeah.
I want away from it.
Although
And-
he has tried to show you a video once called Scissor Sisters
Probably.
from downstairs. You hear her go, what's a Scissor Sister? You go, yeah, okay, continuing.
This hotel has great
I've got
acoustics.
It does. It's built for it.
pretty much.
It's a huge open freaking room.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
So I've got a joint going again because the night
Chaz took off, yeah.
Yeah, I'm safe. I'm golden. And I put the key into the lock, and it kind of gets a little jammed, but then I give it like a good turn, and the door creaks open. And so, yeah, just like that. So I walk inside, and I flip on the switch, and the lights, you know, not the best, kind of dim. It's probably been quite a while since anybody's even been in that room. It's dusty, it's kind of gross, you know. Different color scheme from the room downstairs that I have. But I'm still kind of like looking around, pretty curious, and
you see something that doesn't make sense to you.
okay.
You see your iPad on the dresser.
You're fucking she is rich. Fucking iPad as a band?
Yes, extra iPads, one for the room and one for this dresser.
Right?
Yeah, she has an iPad Air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of floated up. Yeah. Please sponsor us. But yeah, so I'm just kind of like, did Larry do this? What the hell?
Yep.
You know?
So you go over and you pick it up.
Yeah.
And you do your thumb scan. It opens the screen automatically, and Teen Titans,
Obviously.
yeah, is playing
When there's
on the
trouble,
screen.
you know who to call.
Of course. Yeah. And you're really confused because like before you just saw this iPad, and it looks like it has the same case as yours, but when you open it, right off the bat, like, go ahead and make a pull from the tower. The sheer like anxiety washes over you. Someone was in your stuff, but like, when did this happen? Who would have done this, right?
And obviously, it's the episode playing where Raven kind of turns the tower into a haunted house. If you watch Teen Titans, you know what I'm talking about. I like you. Please comment. Oh, jeez.
Tell Greta how fucked she is.
Right? I don't know.
Bump that really
Yeah, I was like,
hard.
pull it towards you, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. You gotta work it slow.
Also a name of one of Larry's videos. You gotta work it slow with corn dog Larry. And it's a masturbatory video. Alright, moving on. Alright. So, yeah, Teen Titans is playing. And do you shut it off? Like, what's your first reaction?
I'm a little freaked out, but then I'm like, it's Teen Titans, you know. I'm chill. You know, I probably think I'm hallucinating that it was there, you know. I'm like, whatever, I'll just watch it and kind of just sit down in a chair that's in there, covered in dust.
Yeah, so you go over to this corner of the room. It's right next to the dresser. You sit down in the chair, kind of dust flies up.
Yeah.
Kind of clearing it out. And you're right next to this big window. The curtains are pulled open. It's out in, like, the night is darkening pretty quickly. You sit down in the chair. You're watching a little bit of the episode. And you just kind of hear this scratching on the window a little bit, like, shh. And you kind of... you turn, you look out the window, and it's just like a branch that's just kind of hitting the window a little bit once in a while. But it's definitely like creeping you out a little bit.
Yeah. I'm obviously watching the scariest episode of Teen Titans, so I'm just like, this episode's just getting to me.
Yeah. And this weed that you bought is called like Oogly Boogly. And it's just like,
Right?
oh man,
Like-
you smoke it, you get paranoid, and you shit yourself.
I'm just like, oops.
You're just like, oops.
This has happened to her before.
Shit, not again!
Oogly Boogly, you son of a bitch. This is some good
like
shit.
oops.
Yeah. Just like, oops. Yeah. All right. So as you're kind of winding down, like, how much time would you probably spend in this room, kind of absorbed in this episode?
I probably watch maybe the first 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'm like, I watch this all the time, and I'm still kind of curious as
Gotcha.
to...
Actually, we'll hold that thought. You're watching Teen Titans. We're going to cut back to these guys because we might create an exit point. Okay. So last we saw the three of you were talking about minors in the ballroom. Yeah, with the candlestick. With the lead pipe. Yeah,
With Larry.
Yeah.
With the lead pipe.
Larry with the lead pipe. And
Lay in lead pipe. Anyways.
it's a Clue reference. We get it. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Yeah.
So to the third floor. I'm exploring the third floor.
You just taking off?
Yeah.
Okay. So you take out. Do you have, like, are you swiping a key or what are you doing?
Where's Fritz?
Whereabouts unknown.
Still with you.
Okay. So you just go grab. What key do you grab?
Third floor. The 315.
The master key for the third floor. 315 at the end. Okay.
So, do you want to go see where that ball came from, or?
Yeah, let's go check that out.
Okay.
Let me go get my night gear though. So I'm gonna just
Are
start.
you gonna let him go get his night gear, or are you gonna stop him?
Why don't we just go look?
I mean,
You
we don't
mean
want to turn the lights on,
your
spook the ghosts
phone
away.
has a flashlight?
Let's just. I have this really awesome camera that has some cool night vision. Let me just say, I put some money down on it, okay? I mean, I might as well use it while I have it.
We cut to you guys upstairs in the third room, right? The third floor, and he has it there's the green room, and you're wearing a headset too. For some reason, he brought 2 sets, right? And you guys are like, I feel like an idiot in this. And Larry walks by and goes, what the fuck? Right? These two, are dimly lit, like a bathroom light is on, and they're wearing night vision goggles.
Can I see them though?
Yeah, the bathroom
Okay.
light is, dimming
Okay.
the room. Yeah.
I make sure I grab my spirit box too.
Your spirit box?
What's
Yeah,
in your
the
spirit box?
voice box.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Just like a digital voice
It's
recorder?
one of those ones that if you've ever watched any of those
Speak of
shows, it I think they say it produces radio frequencies or something,
Okay.
and that's how they always talk to the
Oh, okay,
ghosts.
okay. Right. So he's just pulling out weird toys that if this were Larry's bag, you would just assume to be sex toys, right? He's pulling out the works. Larry, you walk by, these guys have night vision goggles on, and he's pulling crazy shit out of his backpack. Does that even interest you at all, or do you just keep walking?
No, fuck no.
Okay. So you go
I'll
up.
probably dive myself into the next closest room.
Okay. So it's not far away. You check into the 315. You open the door. You open it. Flip the light on. What are you gonna do? It's almost looking the same exact as his room. Are you just kind of hanging out here, hiding out for a little while?
Yeah.
Okay. So as
Maybe
you're
hook myself up a little bit, kind of just hang out for a
just coast for a little while.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you chill out, do you relax a little while?
Yeah, like
You
you
do
said,
a bunch of push-ups,
No. So definitely like relax a little bit,
Okay.
and then I get a little bit lit up, and then I get crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys finish gearing up. We cut to downstairs. You guys are at the threshold of the museum, right? It says Gold Rush Museum. You know, and you hadn't been in here yet, but you're kind of looking around.
Does it have like a rope pulled across it because it's like late at night?
Well, yeah. So it has like the ropes blocking the areas, right? And then it has like a rope around the car, and it has just like a rope dangling, and it has like this tiny, small, sad sign that says "Museum opens tomorrow morning at 8 a.m."
Yeah, we're just gonna
Yeah.
go around that.
Yeah. So you guys just step over it.
Yeah, I hold on to like the end of the rope, like the thing, and I just leave a chocolate handprint. Step over it.
You still have chocolate hands?
Yeah, I haven't washed them or
licked it
anything.
off?
I was gonna say you
You
haven't wiped.
scraped through a cake, and
Yeah. I was gonna say
you're
this
gonna
is
have
like,
chocolate hands like
this
the
is
next
like
2 days.
10, 15 minutes later.
Yeah, no, I still have chocolate in my
Okay.
hand.
Okay.
Love it.
It's canon. Chocolate
Love
hands.
it.
Bitches love cake. All right.
Just love cake.
All right. So we cut to you guys, and you're at the threshold of the museum. And what are you guys doing?
So I'm like, you see this here? And I've got like the night vision, so I'm not actually on camera anymore. And I'm like, I brought our spirit box. Veronica and I are gonna try and communicate.
What is a
With the
spirit
ghost.
box?
Good thing you asked. The Spaz Nation knows, but it sends
What?
out.
You still haven't told me what Spaz Nation
It's
is.
the people that watch my show. I can edit this in post. Edit this in post.
Jump cut.
Jump cut. Yeah.
Why are you clapping?
I
You're
did throw-
upstairs, Mr.
I did throw the camera to clap.
Put it in your armpit. Yeah. Okay.
It produces like radio frequencies that the ghost can like talk on, and it's got like a vocabulary in it. So,
You believe that?
I mean, I have no reason not to believe it.
Okay.
And so I like turn it on, and it's like starting to make this like noise, right?
Yeah.
And it's really annoying, and I'm like, is there anyone here? It's like,
Yeah, I'm right here.
I'm like, wait, did you hear that? Can you say that again? Shh, Veronica, shh. And it's like, I'm like, it said Molly.
Molly.
Oh my
It
god.
definitely said Molly. Is your name Molly? Totally said yes. Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, make one pull from the tower out of sheer disappointment.
Sure.
Since we're in there, can we see where the red ball is now, or is it just completely disappeared?
Yeah, so you're looking around, you have night vision goggles. They're pretty shitty, right? I mean,
Yeah.
these, yeah.
They're not licensed.
Well, no. These are definitely like something you buy from like a Russian camping website. It's like in Soviet Russia, night sees you. Like that's what the box says, right? Yeah. All right.
Your Russian accent's a lot better than the German.
Very much so. He should have been.
Russian.
I don't even know Russian name. Drogo, yeah. No, I just revert to Rocky 4 for my name at this point. I will break you. All right. Moving on. So like you look around, and the last scene from this museum is you guys get to exactly where you remember this red ball being. It was right next to these like children's clothes and stuff like that, and it looks like several items from the museum are missing. There's like the dust silhouettes missing. There's like children's clothes. There's a couple like random things, and as you kind of go back and start looking, actually as you're walking, you notice a couple things missing, and you get to where the red ball was, and the red ball is missing as well as some of the stuff nearby it as well.
And was it in like a locked case type of a thing, or
No,
just kind of
it
open
has like a
air?
rope, and it's open air, and it's
Okay.
far back enough
Like
that
on
people,
tables?
people couldn't see, people couldn't like reach over. I mean, they could if they wanted to, but.
They're not going to.
No, or they could, but whatever. So as you guys like, as the camera hits the empty spot, and you're like, and you know, and you're just like
I'm like-
listening to the static silence.
Molly? Were you playing with the ball earlier?
Who is Molly?
Molly's the ghost.
And as Molly's the ghost, we cut up, and Larry's on cruise control with his back against the bed, and you hear like ever so slight footsteps walking down the hallway, and you kind of turn your head to the side, and you see Rita in a very not leaving much to the imagination number, and she kind of walks in to the open door that you left open. She goes, "Room service," and she steps in and shuts the door. Does the camera stay outside the room, or does it pan into the room through the door?
I would say it definitely stays in the room.
Oh god.
Okay, and it turns and Larry goes, "If we're gonna do this, I need to pull myself out."
Hold on.
Let me grab
Where
a
do I
corn
position
dog.
this at? Where's the dresser? No.
Okay,
Definitely not sleeping with Rita.
she's not that bad. I mean, she's like a pickup truck, right?
Perfect analogy for Kash.
Yeah.
It's better with age.
Yeah, she's like, if you're a fan of the 1950s, it looks pretty good. But if you're not, you could probably buy a much nicer car.
Oh man, I'm in a punk band. I'm not really into the old ladies.
Yeah. She reminds you a lot of your second ex-wife. Yeah.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So I'd probably jump up and go, no, I don't really need any room service. I'm not really down for any of that.
As you jump up, the room is just like spinning, right? Like you've been laying down long enough for this to kind of hit you in a crazy way.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make another pull from the tower, as this is like hitting you a lot harder than you thought it would.
Oh my god.
So you're laying on the bed. You look over. It's like scantily clad pink number. It's got like lace. It's got like a hole near the crotch where like the seam has been ripped. And she walks in and she goes, "Room service." And you're just like standing up. You're immediately looking defensive. And she goes, "Oh, come on."
Hold on, let me finish this.
That's the point. Is I talk while you're pulling to throw you off. Yeah. All right. So you stand up. She's clearly here to take you. Yeah.
To rape me. You mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so I jump up and say, no, I don't need no.
Head is swimming.
Yeah.
Right. And so you're kind of playing hard to get. And she walks up and you kind of now that you're kind of like focusing a little, you're like trying to sober up real quick, but it's not working. You start to hear this like you're noticing this like howling wind outside, and she goes, "We're going to be trapped in this hotel all night with this sandstorm kicking up. We might as well become a lot more cozy."
A sandstorm? There's those?
She kind of points out the window, and you kind of see like the wind, the trees like leaning pretty hard back and forth in the darkness of the night.
I don't think we need to be getting any closer than we need to be.
And as you're kind of looking at the window, she puts her hand against like the back of your head and like brushing the stubble where your hair would be if you didn't shave it so often. She kind of runs her hand down and grabs your ass.
I'm gonna be trying to get out of this situation. I'm gonna try to start making my way out of the room.
Unfortunately, there's like this wedge. There's like this opening between the bed.
Am I gonna get raped by Rita right now?
Make a pull from the tower. To have your rape whistle in hand, make a pull from the tower. No, rape's not funny. I mean that in absolutely every serious way, but it doesn't seem legit right now. Okay. No, you're not going to get raped by Rita.
We'll edit this.
Jump cut. Right, so there's this kind of howling wind outside, and you go to brush past her, and you kind of stumble a little bit, you fall onto the couch, and she falls against you, and you're like scrambling. You push her off the bed, and she kind of falls down into that nook by the window, and you stand up, and you're looking, and you're kind of like stepping back, walking back, and you kind of you see something in the window, like you're watching these trees blow really hard and stuff like that, and you see something and it kind of freaks you out, and you kind of just like go out of the room around the corner, and like you put your back up against the wall, and like you crash down and like kind of collapse so your feet hit the banister, and you hear her kind of stumbling to get up and stuff like that, and you hear her like skittering out and like her heels, and she's like, "Hey, stop!" And you hear her kind of like stop moving, and then you just hear her scream, and you hear her start walking back, and as she's like walking backwards, coming out of the room really quickly. She trips against one of your feet, hits the banister, breaks through the banister, and falls 3 stories down, and breaks against the floor on the ground level. And as Rita falls to her demise, we will call that a session.
Oh my god.
Way to go.
Okay.
I killed Rita.
You couldn't
I
just
should have just had sex with her.
She'd still be alive.
I should have just let her fuck me.